Hi everyone, I wanted to talk about a movie I watched for the very first time last night while it was still fresh in my mind. It's titled Maybe I'll Come Home in the Spring, starring a really young Sally Fields who went on to become an icon of my generation with the Smokey and the Bandit movies and several others. And David Carradine, who from my generation was had fame due to the Kung Fu series. May he rest in peace. But the movie is a cautionary tale of the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, of Sally Fields, who comes from an overly strict parental household, runs away from home, ends up hooking up with David Carradine, an older, sketchy, drugged out hippie type, and they end up homeless, eating out of dumpsters, doing illicit drugs, you know, basically, your standard cautionary tale from that era. And she runs away from David Carradine and goes back home. We learn all this mostly through flashbacks. And we learn that she runs away from David Carradine, goes back home, starts to realize why she left in the first place with the overly strict parents who are being overly strict and causing rebellion in her younger sister, who is gravitating towards drugs and dreaming of a sketchy street life. So David Carradine, of course, comes looking for Sally Fields to take her back and bring her back with him. And the twist ending is, which was kind of anticlimactic too, but still kind of caught me by surprise, is Sally Fields decides to stay home with her parents, and her sister actually goes to the street and starts her street adventure. And like I said, it's more of a filled like a made-for-TV cautionary film, but if you can find a copy of it or find it streaming online, it's definitely worth a watch. Sally Fields' acting is top-notch as always, and of course David Carradine is too. And there's a few decent supporting actors and actresses too. It's really a solid movie. It truly is. I got it through a Mill Creek DVD release. I don't have the case for it anymore. It's in a folder where I'd show it to you. But Mill Creek puts out these big 50 movie sets that are mostly movies that have gone to public domain. And there's a lot of gems there. And as you may or may not know, I'm heavily into film preservation and music preservation, art preservation. And it's very important to keep these movies and have physical copies of them, digital copies, anything you can find, because we're slowly losing thousands upon thousands of film and music every year that will either never be released, or the format that it was only released on is dead and forgotten. Rare, some of them don't even have physical copies out there anymore. So anyway, it's kind of important to me to do that. I've assembled quite a large collection, more than I have space for. That's honestly, I use a notebook folder for a lot of them, unless it's special edition or something I want to keep in the case. But we've got a notebook full of 450, I believe, 450 movies, and then probably another 200 in cases. And then I have a large digital collection as well. But anyway, if you're into film and stuff, I suggest you check it out. And please take care of yourselves and each other, and have a wonderful day, everyone.